All right, guys. Okay. All right, guys. I was trying to be technical, but obviously it's not working. The reason I wanted to go with you guys so I could show you my PowerPoint, but that is not working. So let me close this Zoom and okay. Welcome, you guys. You can hear me good. Greta, where's Greta? Where did she go? She was there in the other chat. Yeah, I was trying to share my PowerPoint. I'm still having difficulties connecting the my PowerPoint to the Zoom. And today I met this young man and he said, you could use this program called OBS. And I just started watching a video about it, but I'm not, ready to go live on it. So how's everyone doing? This is our last live. Welcome to the live about the YouTube Success Challenge. I am good. I hope you're a friend and not a troll. Thank you. Usually I get somebody in here trying to say something to insult me, and I'm like, giving like, okay, thank you. It's all right. I don't see Miss Greta. Greta was here and then she's gone. 14 of you. That's wonderful. You know, I feel so bad because I wanted to show you my my PowerPoint. I think I attached it to one of the previous lives. I told you I would do 5 lives, and today this is the last one. And I've kept my promise. I've done all 5, so this is great. Also, because I continue to get questions about the YouTube thing, about starting a channel, growing a channel, and I am committed to helping you. I think as of today, we have about 5,240 some subscribers. So every day we're getting subscribers, and I thank you. And of course, we're going to talk about how you make money. It's not just by the number of subscribers, it's also by the views. How many people watch your videos, how long they watch the videos, because very few people will watch to the end. And we're going to see that your job is to keep their attention and let them, entice them to watch till the end. And like I say, tell your friends, family to put your videos on and just do their business and watch. Do not skip the ads because all that's going to help you. PowerPoint is dead, girl. No one uses this anymore. Hey, I'm showing my age, okay? What do you use, Brian? Google Meet? We had a meeting the other day with Google Meet, but it limited us to 1 hour. And usually I speak a lot longer than 1 hour. What do you use? Your eyes look like homemade fufu. Wow. That's a new line. That's a new line. You love fufu. I was in Ghana. I did not like fufu. I love plantain and I love yuca. I guess I like them separated. I don't know. But anyway. So today we're going to wrap everything up. And unfortunately, I cannot show you my PowerPoint, but if any of you would like to see it, I can attach it as a document. Oh, even though it's passé, it's dead, but that's what I got. Ryan said PowerPoint is dead. It's like, okay. I remember remember the days when I was using transparencies. Anybody old enough to remember those? You had to put it in this thing and project it on the wall. I did that. So that's how old I am. All right. I posted a question in the community tab and I asked, would posting videos consistently guarantee, okay, posting videos consistently does not guarantee fast track monetization. Huh? Okay, I'll attach it, Kendra. I'll put it in the description, okay? No worries. So I need you guys to answer that question. Does posting videos consistently on your YouTube channel, is that a fast track to monetization? True or false? Dun, 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 dun. True. Okay, Tesla. I'm not talking politics, Tesla. You don't need to know who I'm voting for. Dun, 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 dun. Kendra said false. Dum, 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 dum. You know, it's one of those trick questions when you're taking a hola from Brazil. When you're taking a multiple choice question, you have to always pay attention to the only, except, right? Posting videos consistently does not. I'm making a statement. I'm not asking a question for fast track monetization. Now, I probably should give you the answer later, but I'm afraid if I don't answer it now, I might forget at the end, okay? I do tell you in the previous slide, hola Greta, you came back, thank you so much. I was trying to be fancy and technical and I could not get Zoom to, there was a delay and my mic wasn't working. You know, I need a teenager here to fix all that up. That's what I need. But posting videos consistently does or does not. It's like, it depends, right? The question really should be true. It does not guarantee fast track to monetization. What do you think it depends on? Come on, talk to me. I'm feeling like a teacher today. What does posting mean? What do you have to consider when you're posting consistently? You could just say, okay, I'm going to be posting like I did, one video a week for 30 days, and I'm going to go fast track to monetization. Is that a guarantee? No. What is most important in your success on YouTube? There you got it, Greta. Content with consistency, right? It's a marriage. It's not one thing in YouTube. It's never one thing. It's the niche, your audience, it's consistency, but most of all, it's content. Now, today, you know, every time I talk to you, you're going to hear me say, I saw this on this video today. I saw that, because we are constantly learning. There are some people, some gurus who say consistency will take you there. Then I'll see another guru saying, no, it's content. So today they were fighting over what works for you in regards to Mr. Algorithm. You know, that's how I call him. What is going to attract Mr. Algorithm's attention? The consistency, the repeat, the posting. But the content, Mr. Algorithm is also looking at who's responding to the content. Do you have like it spread out all over the place? A couple here, two here, three there. But if Mr. Algorithm sees that 50 people are gathering around this content, and your channel name and your information is sticking to that content, now Mr. Algorithm is going to say, oh, that's what she's trying to say. Therefore, I'm going to suggest her videos to this group of people. Because remember what I said, every time you're online, they're gathering data about you, about what you watch, what you click like on, what you dislike, what you click away from, and all that data. These companies are so big and they have so many brainy people working for them. When they talk about data farming, and that's why Facebook always got in trouble with the government, they go after Google, for being a monopoly and all that. They know everything about us. Remember Jill Scott saying, watching me. They're watching in your phone. They're gathering information about you. They know your eating habits. They know your spending habits. They know what you like, what you don't like. Same thing with YouTube. Now, you might feel a certain way about that, but it doesn't matter. That's our reality. And with technology, nothing is sacred. Nothing is a secret anymore. Nothing. People say you can watch all kind of crazy stuff on your phone, but if you ever take your phone to a technician for them to fix it, it doesn't take them half a second to just lay everything out. So be careful what you watch on your phone. Nothing is a secret. All right. Hello, friend Desmond Juegos. Hola, Kendra, Greta, my friends. Thank you so much. Okay. Today, I want to do a wrap up of what we've been talking about for the last 5 weeks. Remember, my first video was about making the case that YouTube is the best platform for seasoned older creators. And again, older is relative. I'm not putting an age limit. Anybody can start a channel at whatever age. What is a trend now is that they're encouraging older creators to enter this space for the reason that we talked about: experience, knowledge, history, maturity, right? We have something to share with the world. So my job has been to let you know, yes, you can. Giving you the techniques, right? We talk about knowing your why. I'm doing fine, thank you. Knowing why you want to do YouTube. Is it a hobby, which is perfectly okay? Is it for you to share knowledge with the world, which is fine? It is a way for you to connect with people. I don't know. You can you make some connections, but YouTube, compared to the other platforms like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, people will tell you that there is a greater sense of community on YouTube than on any of the other platform, especially TikTok. TikTok, these girls come on YouTube and saying, I quit TikTok. I had 500,000 followers, but because they're so short, there is no time to really make any type of deep connections. People are quick to respond, quick to react, and then they can take you to what in a second. So because on YouTube you have long videos, and the longer you start talking, the more people get to know you and relate to you. People can't get to know you in 30 seconds or 60-second shorts. You really can't express yourself, talk about your feelings, your emotions, show your passion in that short of time. Okay? So this is why YouTube is the best medium. People say they can connect a lot better on this platform. So knowing your why, okay, I can tell you my why was a way for me it was a way for me to keep myself engaged in my retirement while at the same time sharing with people, creating community, and it gave me an outlet to create something because I'm a creator in my head. I've created businesses, programs. I'm at my best when I do that. I feel better when I do that. Okay? So that's my why. I know my why. You need to know your why. And then you also need to decide for yourself, how serious do you want to be? You want to get with this. And I can tell you, good morning, I can tell you the people who are successful on YouTube are the ones who treat it like a business. A lot of creators that are getting serious, like in 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Like I said, I have the lady said, I've been doing YouTube for 12 years. Well, that's a long time, right? I don't want to wait for success for that long. And that's why you're here. So treat it like a business. You don't go into business saying, oh, I can open today. Nah, tomorrow I don't feel like it. I'm not going to open the store. I don't think so. You're not going to be successful, right? No one's going to know about you. You're not going to make any sales. You're going to close down. Think of YouTube as a business. You have to, right? And a lot of those same people would say, oh, I would post a video here and there. It never got any traction. And then once I decided to take it serious, then something starts to happen. Now, how long does it take? You talking to me today, I'm talking to you to try to help you to fast track it. But can I make any promise to you that it's going to happen in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? I don't know. And it could be you doing everything that I'm telling you to do, and it still takes a little time. I am not in control of what happens in the universe, right? All we need to do is be faithful. There is a girl right now on YouTube. There's a girl, I think they call her DoorDash. DOUGH, like the dough. We talk about the dough in terms of flour and also the dough dash. She was a DoorDash food delivery person. Now, I don't know her story that long, but right now she's blowing up on YouTube. She went, you friends with her? Wow. You know she's blowing up on YouTube now, right? She went from like 3,000 or something. She's like 40. I watched when she wow. When she hit 40,000, she was just jumping up and down. And then a lot of creators are saying, oh my God, she's got a quick success. And then somebody today came and said, why do you say it's quick? She has over 300 videos on YouTube. That takes time. Even if you were doing one video a day, that's about a year. What's quick about that? No. But they say she was faithful. She uploaded videos. She stayed the course. And now she's reaping the success. Okay? I'm trying to tell you that don't put yourself in a box and saying, this needs to happen in 6 months or I'm quitting. You got to take the long view. I told you. You have to be dedicated. You have to say, I'm going to do this. And like I said, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to have your 1,000 subscribers. This girl, again, today was like, I went to bed, I had 46, and I woke up, I have 450. We don't know. But being faithful, being consistent, sticking to the program, that's what's going to get you far. Okay. So last week, I think, or the week before, we talked about how to set up, once you got your why, the next thing you do is find your audience. And I know, right? Yes. And now she's got this DoorDash girl, she's got so many people saying the DoorDash effect. She's a star now. I don't know how long, you know how it is in this space. I don't know how long she's going to be a star, but right now she's a star. Somebody even said, I was going to commit suicide and you helped me. Oh my God, because she is really an encourager. And she said, nobody wants to come and watch you just moaning and groaning, saying how depressed and bad. No, you want to give people hope, whatever you're doing. Okay, but anyway, we talked about your why, and then you got to find your audience. And this is where you do the assessment to say, what am I good at? What can I share with the world? What am I passionate about? Because in this YouTube space, if you're going to talk about something, make sure you know what you're talking about. Don't be fake. Don't pretend to know about a topic that you don't, unless you're going to be doing a lot of research, or you're going to be your nose to the ground. You're going to spend a lot of time researching. So it's a lot easier to start talking about something that you know, right? Don't fake it. This is not the place for you to say, I'll fake it till I make it. Even though people are not close to you, they can, after you start talking a little time, they can know if you're fake. All right. So find a niche in it about a topic that you are familiar with, if not an expert in. I am a nurse. I'm a psychiatric nurse practitioner. So on Sundays, when I'm talking about forgiveness, emotional healing, what I know what I'm talking about, right? I'm doing a cooking show. I'm a chef. I know about cooking. I'm talking to the ladies about coming to Panama. How do you go from Mississippi or North Carolina? How you bring your stuff over here? How do you get your visa? How do you get, how do you open a bank account? I've done those things. Therefore, I have credibility. Make sure whatever you're going to choose, it is something that is true and that you're comfortable talking about. Don't start talking about things you don't know. Don't make things up, because so many people out there know about the topic that you're trying to talk about. And you're right, Greta. Sometimes I'm watching a video and I'm like, I got know nothing about what they're talking about, and I click off, right? Because you can't fool people in this space, because you got to have to spend the next 15, 20 minutes talking about something you don't know anything about, and it's going to come out. People are going to see you as a fraud, and that's one of the best way for you to kill your channel right off. Okay? All right. So you're going to start broad, and I think in the video that I'm going to be uploading on Friday is 10 steps to starting and growing your channel. So make sure you watch that. And I think one of the examples that I gave about choosing your audience and niching down, which is what we call it. For example, if you say, I'm going to talk about women, well, that's kind of broad. What is it about women? You're going to talk about them being fat or ugly? No. And the example that I gave is like, okay, you're going to talk about women in menopause. You could have been talking about women of childbearing age, right? You could have talked about college women, whatever. But I took the example of menopause women. Okay, what is it about menopause you want to talk about? Well, if you're 20 and you say, I'm going to talk about menopause, you don't have any credibility because you haven't gone through it, right? Even if you, well, 20, you wouldn't have gotten a degree or gone to school about it, right? But you got to talk about something that you know. So you're 20, you can talk about that. So let's say somebody my age, I've gone through menopause. Thank you. Okay, you can start talking about, menopause and all the things. But while you are posting about just menopause, you getting comments from people saying, oh, for me, it was the mental stress. I would start bawling at any minute. I would lose my temper, and I would do this, I would do that. And you being the very attentive creator, you're going to say, oh, I see a lot of people interested in the mental health implication of menopause. You can decide, like someone like me would do that because I have the psychiatric knowledge. I'm a nurse and I've gone to menopause. I've got all the credibility. I can choose to niche down there and say, okay, I'm going to do some videos about the mental health situation when you go into menopause, and then watch the reaction. Once you connect with people, they start liking your videos, and then they start making comments, they start subscribing, and you're like, oh, I found a niche. And then you latch on. And then Mr. Algorithm is also watching. Mr. Algorithm is going to say, oh, 50 women like that video. I'm going to suggest it to more women in that age group. And that's how you start building your subscriber list, your family, your community. Okay? So you find your niche. Then you're going to set your channel up. You're going to decide on a name for your channel. In that last example I gave, what would I call it? Maybe the sweating women. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a name that would be. Oh, they're holding a message for review. Somebody's trying to be really funny there. Um, so you could call the channel Experiencing Menopause, or There is Life After Menopause, or something like that. And remember, don't get caught up on the name, because you may change the name later. You just want to, don't spend too much time in analysis paralysis. Get a name and start talking. Okay? So once you have a name, what I was going to show you and what I show in my video that's coming out this Friday, and I did do the PowerPoint in that one because it wasn't live, right? I did take you need a Google account, and then you need to have a Gmail account. And then you're going to start a brand new channel. You check with the channel name, and then the software takes you inside the YouTube studio, where you're going to post a picture about your channel. Of course, make it a nice, smiley, what's the word I'm looking for? Something people would want to look at, your picture. And I know now they have something called the faceless channel. I don't know anything about that, but people are saying they're making money. I feel like it's just like somebody emailing me. I have a bunch of ladies email me sometime. Oh, Miss Maggie would like to have lunch or whatever. And then they have an emoji or something. It's like, where is your face? I need to know who you are. And if you are not showing your face to me, you got something to hide, then I don't even respond. Okay, so put your picture on there. So you put your picture there. That's what, when somebody clicks on your channel, that's what they're gonna see, even on your Android and on your iPhone. Then you do the banner. The banner is what, it's like the background for your channel, right? So you might want to put a picture of a bunch of middle-aged women. You may have a picture of a woman looking really sad. Remember, we're just keeping the menopause, mental health women kind of thing. So whatever you're choosing, make sure it flows with the name and with what you're trying to say and to whom you're trying to say it. Okay? Then you do a channel description. What is this channel about? I think with mine, let me see if I can tell you what I wrote on my channel description. I'm sorry I can't show it to you, but I can. Okay. My description for my channel, Single Women Retiring Abroad, it is, this channel is dedicated to helping the older single woman successfully move and retire abroad. See, that very first sentence is important, because you're trying to say in a few words exactly what your channel is about. So give it some thought. Through our videos, vlogs, lives, and resource material, we dispel the fear and anxiety that plague older women and keep them from retiring to another country. I am a retired nurse practitioner, so now I'm trying to show them that I'm not a fake, that I have credibility. I'm a retired nurse practitioner who's currently living her best life in beautiful country of Panama. I retired here alone and I am thriving. If any of this resonates with you, if you're on the fence or are worried about whether you could make it in another country as an older female, this channel is for you. Okay? This is what your description of your channel should look like. So when somebody reads that, they should get a good idea of what you're trying to sell, what you're trying to say, what you're passionate about. Okay? And there are other technicalities about your channel. Let's see. You could also do a channel trailer, which is like a 2-minute or less video. You're gonna say, oh, hi, welcome to my channel. My name is so-and-so. I'm so happy you clicked on, blah, blah, blah. Because this is a way for you to kind of hook someone who's on the fence, who's like, I don't know whether I should click on or not, if I'm gonna be interested. You're just trying to capture attention, okay? And then let's see, you go inside the YouTube studio, then you can set your channel. in terms of your currency, tax information, all of that stuff. And then they also recommend, yes, the banner, and usually it's a picture, Greta. You could go into your pictures on your phone and see if you have it, because it's kind of long. So you don't want a picture of somebody standing. That's not going to work. Usually, like a landscape, a picture, that way, then you can put that banner, the banner. Your face is not a problem, but the banner needs to be something that you can stretch. And then once you upload it, there is like a square, and it has to be able to fit in that square. So choose that carefully. And then you can do multiple, try them, and then you can go in there and says, change it, change it. My particular banner, I change every 2 to 3 months or so, but still in keeping with what my channel is about. Like I said, I can't be talking about women in menopause and then have a picture of a bunch of guys there as a banner. It just wouldn't work, right? Okay. Let's see what else. Your profile, the name, and then they give you the YouTube URL. So if you have other social media accounts, and once you turn your channel on, you say, hello friends, I just want to let you know I saw your YouTube channel. Here is a handle, and you give them a link to where they can check your channel out. And again, yesterday somebody was saying, do not give your channel link to. You need to tune out a lot of that stuff because it's so contradictory. People are like, no, put your head on the ground and stick to what you're doing, okay? And then I do have my Facebook, what do you call that? Page information there, my Instagram, okay? And there is a channel URL. If you have any links you want to add, I don't. And if you have an email, you want people to call you, to contact you, don't give your personal email. You may want to create another Gmail account, which you can, everything is free. You can have as many emails as you want. Just create another one, or info at whatever, right? Okay. And then video watermark, which is something you see on the YouTube channel towards the right bottom. It's like a YouTube subscribe kind of thing. You always want to have one of those just to remind people to subscribe to your channel. Okay? All right. So now, to really be on the fast track of your YouTube channel, okay, what they recommend, and I agree. Remember what I told you. When I decided to get busy, I said to myself, I'm going to do a 30-day challenge. That was my challenge to myself. You can choose to do that. But another challenge you could do is what we call batching. They say once you have an idea of your topic, your passion, whatever you want to do like 2 sets of 5 short videos, maybe 10, 15 minutes. Of course, the first video is your introduction, right? Intro to the world. And you're going to say, before I say that, when you are recording, very important. Now, I'm using another one of my phone, an Android, and it is in vertical position because I find that works for my lives. If I was doing it on my Mac, it would be in the landscape, okay? But your regular videos should always be in this position. Do not record like this. Even if you're outside, make sure you have a stick and then you carrying your phone like this. If you don't want to post it to YouTube, you can do vertical. If you're doing shorts, you do vertical. But if you're going to do long videos, 10 minutes or more, they need to be like this. The other thing is lighting. You don't need, like I said, for this one, this is what I use for the longest time. Now I record on my my Mac because it's got a really good camera, and the Mac products are good. But people have camera, they have different microphones, and they have ring lights and things that look like umbrellas. You don't need all that to get started, okay? Start with your phone. And another thing I suggest somebody have to get started, get a short tripod, right? And then you put it down and then you start recording because you don't want that video to be doing this. Because if I see that and I'm like, then I'm going to click off. Okay, it's not comfortable for people's eyes. The other thing you want, the lighting, natural light is the best. So even when I'm interviewing someone, I'll say, I need you to be facing a window. I see so many videos. In fact, yesterday, this lady had a video, she's talking like this, and then the light is behind her. And then what happens, then you see the glare. So you should always be facing the light, or if you have a ring light, put it like a little bit to the side. You're not looking straight in your eye, but you need light to show your face. Okay, like I'm talking to you now, I can see my face, right? I see a little glare and I'm trying to move my eyeglasses so it doesn't look too bad. And then you need to have scale while you're taping your video. Make sure you're not like this. That's not good. Make sure you're not like this. Somebody to be, where is she? No. And then you need to and then you need to leave some space. Just now I was looking at this lady, cute lady, right? She's saying some good things, but I was so distracted because her face was right there and her head was touching the top of her screen. Simple technique, you guys. So once you start posting that video, you have to say, Maggie told me all these little tips. Because, I mean, if you do it wrong, it's going to take you longer to get it right. But now you're fast tracking. Remember, that's why we're here. Check your volume. Make sure that you don't have a lot of background noise. You should always record in a quiet place. You don't want to hear echoes. You don't want to have cars, siren. I hear people recording at a park. I mean, if you're vlogging, it's different. Vlogging is like something, or activity. But when you are recording, you just in somebody's living room, you're just talking one-on-one. You want to be non-distracted, okay? And noise is a distraction. Background noise is a distraction, okay? So, all right. So now you're going to record your video. What I suggest you do is that you try different ones, right? Just do a trial. Before you upload, review it and say, do you like it? Chances are you're going to be doing multiple takes until you find one that you finally say, okay, I'm tired. Yeah, this one's gonna go, okay? And then the more you do it, the better you become at it. Practice makes perfect, you guys. Don't wait until you got everything perfect before you start. Don't do that. You're going to be discouraged. Okay? So get started. So record 5 videos around the topic that you're trying to address. All right? So let's say for the group, the menopause lady, you can start one video about menopause, giving some statistics, right? And then you can, maybe another video could be about any kind of treatment plans that doctors are providing. You might have to do some research, right? And then you can do another video on the 3rd day about the most common issues women are reporting experiencing in menopause. That's 3. And the 4th one, you can talk about anything about appetite and lack of appetite. And then another video could be about insomnia in menopause. And then another one could be about the mood swings. Another one could be about how the partners relate to what's going on, because some of these men don't know whether they're coming or going. They're like, I'm tiptoeing in the house. I don't know what's going to happen. What kind of mood she's in today? This guy said he had 4 daughters and a wife. He said, every time I came in the house, I tiptoed because I didn't know who is in menopause, who is going to PMS. He said he would tiptoe, grab something to eat, and run to the garage where he had his little place where he can be at peace. And He didn't have to disturb any other ladies. I was cracking up, and I'm like, oh, you poor thing. I felt for him. I really did, because between menopause and PMS, whoo. So if you do these 2 batches, what the algorithm is going to say, oh, I guess she's serious about this. You're showing up, you're consistent, your content is about the same. You don't start talking about depression and then you talk about fashion over here. No, they don't correlate. You don't talk about people having insomnia, can't sleep at night, and then you talk about them going shopping. Okay? So keep your subject relatable, related to your focal point, because you're trying to build community. You're trying to cement your niche. You want to give value. Another thing you need to do is pay attention to your comments. When people comment on your videos, make sure you respond. I respond to every single comment so far. I know after a while I might have to get a moderator or somebody. Okay? So, no, I don't give out my address. I don't know who that is. That will not happen. So, you do that. So you have batches, 2 batches, 5. And then what I suggested last time, go and schedule yourself 3 times a week. Like this woman, 50 and single, she said, I'm going to record 2 videos a week until I get monetized. She said, I am not going to stop until I get monetized. And she was able to do it in 10 weeks. Repetition, consistency is going to grab the attention of Mr. Algorithm. And then he's going to push your video. I have a lady in my building. She sent me an email and she's like, oh, I didn't know you did YouTube. The algorithm just sent your videos to me. Okay, so that's how you're going to get subscribers. That's how you're going to get views. People are going to get curious about what you have to say. And if they subscribe, it's because they like what you're saying and they want to hear more. Okay? All right, let me see if I can block this person here. All right. So you got your schedule, and I want you to do that. I want you to say, I'm going to post 3 videos per week until I get monetized. If the 3 videos a week is becoming too much for you, you go down to 2. I went down to 1. And that's why I said, if I had said after the 30 days, okay, it's sending another harassing message. Oh. All right. So, so you got your schedule, okay? You want to communicate with your community. That's how you build community. Consistency, being responsive is going to take you far. So do not stop until you send me a message and say, Maggie, it happened in this much. The people who are successful on YouTube were very consistent. And like I said, some of them said, just now I saw this. I don't know. Some people lie on YouTube too. I don't know oh, I did it in 4 weeks, or I did it in 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm not interested in that. I just know mine happened in 4 months, but I did 30 days and then once a week. I wish I had done 3 times a week, right? But that's fine because we made it. So inside your YouTube studio, also, when you want to upload a video, I have a virtual assistant, but in the beginning I didn't, okay? If you're technical, great. You can use Canva to do your thumbnail. Oh, let's talk about thumbnail. Thumbnails, you know, it's like the advertising picture for your video. Your thumbnail should be 5 words or less. Oh my God, this person, let me see. I don't know how to block him. Put user in timeout. He's not a user. Yeah, you thought you could stay there again. Okay. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, you start. Okay, see, I got distracted. In your YouTube studio, you know, I just kind of lost my train of thought. So once you start posting on a regular basis, you talking to your subscribers, you respond, you're very responsive, you don't ignore. And if somebody said something that's a little bit negative, don't take it, personally. Somebody is behind a screen, they don't see you, and they feel entitled to say whatever they say to you. I just let it. I just let it go. Thank you. The thumbnail. Thank you, Miss Greta. Your thumbnail is your advertising piece. This is what, when you're doing to upload your video, it's going to ask you for your description. And remember what I said. If you're going to write 5 sentences, that first sentence, this video is about. In this video, I will teach you. In this video, we will explore. So that when they see that, they know exactly what to expect. Your thumbnail should be like a teaser. Your thumbnail and your title are different. 5 words or less. So I'm always like, on your thumbnail. You don't want to give out the whole title. You don't want to tell them exactly what to expect. Your thumbnail should just create an element of curiosity. You want them to say, I wonder what she means by that. Oh, I'm interested in that. Like my thumbnail for this week says 0 to 1K sub. Somebody might say, what's she talking about? Who's she talking about? You want to create curiosity. So 5 words or less. You want to get to a point where your thumbnail, you have a theme. Not that they all look the same, but maybe you have your picture in a particular area, your background should be a little bit the same. And now I found out about fake backgrounds that you can buy some, you can get some software and it gives you a nice looking thumb, with AI, and then it's nothing real, it's just fake. Whew, there's so much I need to learn. And then you put your words wherever you want to put the 5 words. So try to stick to a theme. Don't be all over the place. If somebody were to click on your page, they shouldn't see all kinds of things. And they're like, no. Your people, your community, when they see that thumbnail, they should say, oh, Maggie's got a video coming. Okay? Then your title, that's when you can have more words. But your title should not be in your thumbnail. When you are uploading your video in a YouTube studio, you have a line for the title and it gives you so many characters. So that means, you don't have to write a book, right? The description is where you go into what to expect. All right. Once you got your thumbnail, the The trick that the gurus tell you is that when you start your video, I do two sets of my videos. I do an intro and then I do the video. Your intro, you've heard that before, is like a hook, right? You want to say something outrageous and then you want to ask the question. Something could be, maybe keeping with the example of the menopausal women, you could say, and then your intro should be like 20 seconds or less. It's not like they tell you a lot. Don't give a long intro. People get bored and they're going to click off. You could say something like, have you been having trouble sleeping? Are you wondering why? Let's talk about it. I'm going to tell you why. That's a very short, that's the hook. And then they want you to promise something in that intro, right? What I do, like I said, I do the hook for like 15, 20 seconds. And then once I start the video, that's when I have a longer intro and that's where I make the promise, okay? The short intro could be, have you ever wondered why you can't sleep at night? Let's talk about it. In the intro of the long video, you're going to say, you know, so many percentage of women report that. In this video, I'm going to take you through why that happens and what you can do about it. Short, longer intro, but you're making your promise there. Because remember, what you want to sell is a solution, right? It's not so much about a kumbaya. Oh, we're all in this together. We're sweating and we can't sleep. No, 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 no. They get enough of that with their girlfriend. They want you to say, what are you going to do for me? How can I get out of that? How can I fix this problem? That's what the people who are doing great on YouTube, they are selling a solution to a problem, whatever the problem might be. Your job is to find the problem by listening, by talking to people. Do you ever have issues with that? What do you think? What would you like me to talk about? And you can ask your community, is there anything that you want me to tell you? You know, I've asked that before. What do you want me to talk to you about? What do you have questions about? And then somebody would say, oh, I'd like you to do a video about this. Like somebody said to me this week, I'd like to see you do a video about disabled people retiring in Panama. And I'm like, oh, so I got homework, right? All right. Hola from Mexico. I don't know if you're a troll or not, but it's nice. Melvin, Melville, I don't know who you are, but I'm going to block you too if you don't quit. All right. So, yes, the hook, your long intro with the promise, and then you go into, I kind of like to do my step-by-step. One tip for you, don't just go ad lib, just write down what you're going to talk about, okay? Because it keeps you focused. When you start to go off a tangent, you look at your list and you're like, oh, I need to do that. And I think one other thing I see that works a lot for people, and if you say, I'm going to tell you 3 things you can do to take care of that problem, they know what to expect, and make sure you go number 1, 2, and 3. And then you can get technical. This guy says, oh, when you say 1, 2, and 3, then you make them feel like they're in school, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's just too nitpicky. So if you say, firstly, secondly, thirdly, that's better than number 1, number 2. I don't know. But keep it simple, okay? Don't give people 15 reasons, blah, blah, blah. That's just too long. Okay, just go to 3 to 5, up to 10, but no more than that. All right. So, like I said, do some short videos of you recording and then watch it. Before you upload, watch it. Before you upload, if you have somebody that you trust, a friend, your partner, say, take a look at that. Tell me what you think. Okay? Because sometimes you may have to redo it. You may have 2 or 3 retakes. And it's okay in the beginning until you become more comfortable. You may have, saying, muffle your word or whatever. And it's okay. You're not perfect. No one expects you to be perfect. Even sometimes, I would upload the video to the VA. And then after I look at it, I'm like, oh, what did I say? So sometimes I'll put something on the screen to correct what I said because I said something wrong. I'm not perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. All right. Um, so content and consistency will take you far. Be open. Learn. Continuous learning is the other thing. As you start to upload videos, you should constantly be watching, listening to people. If you have a long drive, you can listen to a podcast. Because even if you're on YouTube, you know how you may have your screen in your car, make sure you keep your eye on the road, but you can still be listening, okay? So when I'm walking, I got my earpods and then I'm listening. Always. You should be watching, listening every single day. And like I said, go inside your YouTube channel where it says search on your page. That's say how to grow your channel, how to record, how to whatever you feel you need help in, and you're gonna have a slew of choices. The other thing too, they tell you, find your niche. So if you decide to talk about postmenopausal women, put that in there and see who else is talking about your topic. And if you find the three most successful people who have like hundreds of or thousands of subscribers, find two or three and watch them. Watch their videos. Watch the delivery. Watch what they talk about, how they record, how they position themselves, how they dress. Just study them. Your job is to do something better. I don't know what that is, right? So that's why, and also on their channel, read the comments, read the questions. What are they asking? That's how you find topics to talk about. Okay? Because otherwise you're going to run out of things to say. But somebody's always going to ask something. And the reason I'm talking to you right now, I did not think about talking about YouTube at all. I'm a relocation, what's the word I would, facilitator. But now I'm talking to you on YouTube because I did that video. And then so many people are saying something about YouTube. I can't do it. I don't know what to do, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, oh, I see a need. But it's not outside of my niche because I'm still talking about over 60 creators, people who are retired or contemplating retirement. Okay? So be open to opportunity. Don't put yourself in a box. All right. So technicality, any questions, you guys, besides the trolls? I had to block a couple of them. Wilson Riviera, I don't know if you mean what you said or not, but anyway. We talked about the banner, channel description. Every video, you have to write a description, and that first sentence should tell them exactly what to expect. Also, in your videos inside your studio, you can create playlists. Once you start having so many videos, you could say this playlist is about this topic, and this playlist is about that topic. And on this core, I want to tell you, I have Retire in Panama playlist. I have a full living in Panama playlist. Retire in Panama is what to do before you get here. Full living is what to do while you're living here. And then I have a playlist about aging in place because that's one of our topic about as we get older here. Then I have another playlist about my plant-based creation because I talk about health food on my channel. And then so right now, what I think I'm going to be doing for this community about how do you learn to edit your videos? They have, if you have the time and you're interested, they have some free editing software that you can just sign up and then you just go on YouTube and learn how to, and then they'll tell you how to do it. I think one of them is DaVinci. And I've heard a couple of other ones. They have free software to show you how to create a backdrop for your videos, not the banner, but a background for your videos. And YouTube also gives you access to free streaming music. If you want music, my previous videos I used to have music, but I find that it's a little bit distracting when I'm talking to you. I'd rather not have music. I have music on my shorts and then some of my short videos, but not the long ones. If you are like me and you're not technically inclined, you can go on Fiverr.com or Upwork.com and just say you want to hire a virtual assistant, and then you can deal with them, and that's the way you do it. All right. So the playlist. What I want to do for the YouTube community right now is do a podcast. I'm going to do a podcast, which some of it is going to be just audio, and some's going to be videos. Okay. And then I'm going to do, and they're going to be short. I'm going to be like maybe 5-10 minutes and do each topic. That way you can load them up and listen to multiple. Because again, when you're trying to learn something new, you need to hear it several times. Even though I'm hoping you've gone through the previous lives and you have watched them, because you're never going to learn it in one sitting. You have to keep going. Okay. So this playlist, all the lives, I'm putting them in a playlist called For Seasoned Creators Only. And then I'm going to have another playlist that is Seasoned Creators Podcasts. And that's where you get to listen to the audio. That way I feel like I'm not, mixing them all together, because everybody can get to what interests them, because not everybody is interested in everything, right? Okay. Settings, again, that's another one. When you go inside YouTube Studio, you can set the stuff the way you want it. When you are posting a video, there are some things that they tell you to turn on or turn off, but when you first get started, how do they write message on the thumbnail? The thumbnail is just like a picture, but I'm not sure what you mean by they write message on the thumbnail. Now, YouTube now has a feature where you can do like 3 thumbnails, and then you upload, because you got 3 spots where you can upload 3 different thumbnails, and YouTube is going to do an analysis of the thumbnail to see how many people click on your video based on the thumbnail, because that's what they see first, is the thumbnail. So if you have different ones, YouTube is going to tell you which is the one that attracted more people, and then they give you the result, and then you can stick to that one. But I did one video where I did that, and I really wasn't happy with the whole thing, so I haven't done it again. But you do need a thumbnail, at least one. Like I said, you can do a channel trailer, which is a short video introducing yourself, your passion, and what you're hoping to achieve. And then these things can be updated anytime. You can change the message, you can change the video, you can change your picture, but don't change it too often, okay? Because you want people to associate you with your channel first. So leave it there until you have a community and they know you, okay? Can I edit an old video already posted? I know people have changed the thumbnail. If you're going to change the content of the video, it's another video. I wouldn't do that. But you can change the thumbnail. And there's something also called what do they call that? The end. It's like when your video is ending, then you can suggest the next video for them to watch. And that's something you can do on the right side of the page when you're finishing editing. End screen, it's called end screen. An end screen, you can choose one of your previous videos that you might want them to watch next. And you can choose more than one. Because sometimes when the video is finished, sometimes you see four, and that's how you do that. Okay. The featured video, I did add one finally, but it was one to kind of thank my viewers for being in my community. You can have that too. Okay. Now, until you start posting videos, you probably won't understand the analytics. Once you decide to do the video, the YouTube thing, I want you to become a learner. I want you to go in there and then watch the people who are doing well in your field, like I said, and become a student. That's one way to study and to learn. The other way is to just basic learning, how to grow on YouTube, how to create great thumbnail. They give you ideas, how to get subscribers, but don't get caught up with the smaller, creators who come up with all kinds of advice, and I'm like, they have 2.k views on this one video, and then I click on their page, they have 55 subscribers. So they're worse off than I am. I want to learn from the people who have made it. So I'm always looking for the people who are more successful than me. That's just me. I just don't waste my time, because my time is important. I'm not going to waste it watching somebody who just struggling just like like I am. Okay. And then another thing I think I'm going to be doing, because people are asking, if somebody has a YouTube channel that they would like, I met this young man today and he was saying that he had a channel, but he wasn't consistent and it wasn't growing. And you get discouraged. But usually it's because you're not following the process. You're not following the plan of consistency and content and improving your delivery and making better videos. Mr. Beast is somebody you should follow. Not his crazy things, but when it sits down and somebody is asking him, I think he's the most successful person on YouTube with like millions of subscribers. And I can't even imagine how much money this guy is making, because YouTube typically will pay you between $7.40 or something for each 1,000 views. So if somebody has 3.5 million views of one video, do the math and multiply that by 200 videos. Do the math. Okay, quickly. I do an intro. I have an outro. I don't do it consistently. I do it based on the length of my videos. I've been trying to keep my videos to about 30-35 minutes, but lately they're going into 40-45 minutes. And because I feel bad about keeping somebody that long, I don't put my outro. My outro video was a 30-second video about Panama. That was my outro. So I have to create it each time I want to put it on a video. But if the video is 30-35 minutes, yes, it's a good idea. Okay? Because when you're finishing your video, you always want to summarize and then do a call to action. Oh, one thing I forgot to say. When you do the hook, the 5-second hook, to create that level of, oh, what's she talking about, right? And then the long intro, once you tell them what you're going to talk about and you tell them what they're going to get at the end, that's the first time you may consider saying, well, if you're interested, just click like, share, and subscribe, okay? And they have those things already pre-made inside YouTube. You could just take one, and anything inside YouTube you can use without worrying about copyright, okay? That's another thing. Don't just pick anybody's picture or anybody's music and put it on your page. Because if you get copyright strike, 3 strike, you're gonna be in trouble with YouTube. So that's why if you can subscribe to a music software, people, they're going to give you free music you can use. or stick to the ones that are inside the YouTube studio. Okay. And the pictures you're going to use, make sure they're your own pictures that you take. Okay. People are talking about copying other people's content, what kind of craziness. I'm too old. I don't take risks like that. My content is my own, my voice. I don't take clips of people's videos and put it on my channel. I don't do that. Please don't do that, okay? I keep forgetting it when I just go back and forth into with my what I'm trying to say. All right. So, right, because a lot of people, the young man I was talking about, the young man, he wasn't, actively doing it. And like I said, it's because he wasn't following the path of consistency and content. So for people like that who've been contacting me and saying, oh, like somebody said yesterday, I'm chasing the 4,000 hours and this and that. I am willing to do a channel review for people. And I've been thinking about putting together like an agreement, for like minimal amount of money. I'll say, okay, I can jump on a call with you and we can look at your channel and I can tell you. I was talking to someone the other day and I was watching her video and then I'm looking at it and I was like, first of all, her delivery, she needs to work on it. It was like, see, my mind works too fast. You start talking so slow, I'm already losing interest. There is no way I'm going to make myself sit and listen to somebody just talking so slow. Okay? So that person, I would say, sis, you need to work on the delivery. Go in front of a mirror and write a script and start talking. You need to increase the speed of your speech. Something so simple. The other thing could be like the other woman who had a video that was on YouTube in the vertical form, and she had the light behind her. Something so simple to say, no, you need to face the window or get yourself a little light on the desk so that it can shine on your face, right? So simple thing. And then I can talk to people about, okay, let's talk about what you want to do. What is your niche? What is your audience? Who are you trying to reach? And that's what a coach does. A coach comes from the side because I'm not in your space. I'm not in your head. I don't know what you're trying to say, but I can help you bring it out. I can help you get clarity as to who you are trying to reach. Because for me, and I don't know if you remember, I was telling you, I came back from South Africa in November last year. So November, December is holiday month. And in January, I was like, okay, I need to do something because I need to be creative. That's just a need that I have. I can't say I'm retired and get up every day and not having something to do. I couldn't survive. I could not. My brain would get mushy. So I started thinking about how I was going to get back on YouTube. First of all, I knew I had to change my channel name because the name I had come up with before I went to South Africa was In Service Retirement. I was going to talk about my time, in the Peace Corps. But when I came back, I was like, I can't keep that name. So I changed it. I knew I needed to change it, but I wasn't sure what to. So I started watching videos, and I'm like, what can I talk about? I didn't want to do anything nursing related because I didn't see a lot of prospect in that area. I did not want to do anything with cooking anymore because I had tried that. It didn't work so well. And now I'm here. I don't have my gear. All my knives and stuff are still back home. I was like, I can't do that. But I started listening to or watching Facebook pages. And I was like, I could hear a bunch of women saying, oh, I'm 74, I'm 75, I'd like to retire in Panama. How do I do that? Oh, I'm so scared. I don't know how to do it. And I don't know. All of a sudden, something went into my head. I was like, okay. Well, I'm a woman of a certain age. I came from the US here. I know how I got here, and I'm super happy here. And these women have questions. Why don't I provide the answers? You see how I got my audience. So sometimes it takes you a little while to find your people that have a need, who have a need, and you have the answer to the questions that they have. That's what creating a channel is all about, right? So now what I don't remember is how I came with the name Single Women Retiring Abroad. I don't remember. I could have been in the shower, it came to me. I don't remember. But I know that one day I was like, that's it. Single women. I'm single. We're not talking about couples. Again, I wanted to narrow. I wanted to niche down. There is a group under Stephanie Perry called 60 Plus Black Women Expat, but it is a global group, right? And it's 60 plus Black women. I did not want my group to be just Black women. I wanted it to be women. So I was broadening and narrowing at the same time. Because narrowing, it was like, I'm in Panama. If you want to come to Panama, I'll show you how to come to Panama. Do you see how the process went? So I did that. So that was January, February, March, 3 months, while I was still researching what I was going to say, how I was going to do it, watching videos after videos, reading comments on all the Facebook pages. The 60 plus Black women expat, they're going to Mexico, Ecuador, Portugal. But there was a group that considered Panama. So I was like, I can get a few of these women. I can give them the answer that they want. So that's how we niche down. And that's what has served me. And once I have decided on my group, I started, based on the questions they were asking, I wrote topic after topic, what I was going to talk about. For my videos, I needed meat, I needed topics, and I came up to about 64 different topics I could talk about. So even if I was doing one video per day, I had 2+ months of data, of topics I could talk about. And those are topics that did not require me to do a lot of research. Besides, when I did a video about Panama, I want to talk about the history and some data and the census. That was easy to find because I want to be able to give people information. And when I do post my sources. So it's not Maggie saying, it's like the census data, source, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So understand the process may take time, but you need to do that. So I can help someone niche down and focus. And remember, when you have an issue, it's a lot easier for somebody coming from the outside because they're not in your situation. When you close to something, you may lose objectivity, but I can come and say, have you thought about that? They're like, oh, I never thought about that, right? There you go, Auntie. Yeah, and that's the algorithm, Mr. Algorithm. Thank you, Mr. Algorithm. I'll never forget when I said, I don't know who he is. I've never met him. That was a good line. I still laugh whenever I see it. All right, so that's the plan for me with this YouTube space. So I want you guys to commit to following what I've just said. So I will post my PowerPoint in the description of this live. You guys can look at it, but there is nothing better for you to do to go look at live 1, 2, 3, 4 and today's 5. You're going to decide why you want to do YouTube, what you want to share with the world. You want to decide up here that you want to get serious with it, thinking about it like a business. And I think in my video this week, the last slide says, are you in it to win it? This is not an overnight thing. You're not going to do 2, 3, 4 videos and expect to go viral and get your 1,000 subscribers. It doesn't work that way. You have to be consistent. You got to show up. And every video you need to put your all in it. Don't lower your standard. Even if you don't get views, even you're going to get views. You may not get as many as you want, right? But you're going to be consistent. Don't look at the numbers and be discouraged. You're not going to get anywhere like that. And like I said, the people who are successful in business have had failures. I had a failed business. Maybe I'll make it in this. I don't know. But I'm just committed. Be committed. Be consistent. Find your topic. Provide value. Solve a problem. Connect with your community. Answer their questions. Be relatable. Your presentation, work on it. And this Mr. Beast, I was telling you that you need to follow. Look at the video where they're interviewing him. One thing I remember, sometimes somebody would give a speech and I remember one line. One thing he said, and somebody asked him, I'm telling you, he's the most successful YouTuber, right? And they say, what advice would you give someone who's starting YouTube in 2024? And he said those things consistently. He said, listen, your first 25 videos will suck. And you might say, oh, what a rude man. But he's telling the truth. He said, commit to improving one thing with each video, whether it's the way you speak, whether it's the way you position your head, whether it's how you record, whether it's the lighting, whether it's your thumbnail, whether it's your intro, whether it's your hook or your outro. Become better with each one. And that takes commitment. Don't look at the numbers. Don't tell people what you're doing and have them say, whoa, you're wasting your time. If you stick with it, when the checks start coming in, then you'll be laughing all the way to the bank. And briefly, a few things away. Please answer my question. Any tip for using the YouTube caption tool? I don't even know what that is. What is a YouTube caption tool? I'm not embarrassed to tell you I don't know something. I'm still in a learning mode. Beyond Hypnosis TV. I don't know what the caption tool is. So you might want to just go on YouTube and put it in there and see what somebody else says. But Maggie doesn't have an answer. I'm sorry. So, yes, how you make money on YouTube. YouTube is a ad. It's a platform to share videos, and the way they make money is to add revenues. It's like you're watching the what is it again? The Super Bowl. Remember how we love watching these $1 million ads? YouTube makes money by people advertising because they know billions of people are watching. That's how they make money. The way you make money is that YouTube says, I'm going to play some ads while your videos are playing. And depending on how long people watch those ads, I'm going to give you a few cents here and there. So that's what they call ad revenues. When you make the 1,000 subscribers and you get the 4,000 watch hours, YouTube's going to send you an email that says, welcome to the partner program. Because once you qualify, then YouTube's going to have to do some kind of credentialing thing. So it's not instant. It might be a week before you get that letter that says, congratulations, you're welcome to the partner program. Then they want your bank information. And there is a lot of stuff you're going to have to read legally because it's a business. Okay? That's why in YouTube Studio, you set your tax account. Because at the end of the year, I'm pretty sure YouTube's going to send you a W-9. And if you need any money, you're going to have to report it to the IRS. You're still going to have to pay the IRS, okay? So make sure you keep your nose clean. You do all these things. So when YouTube gives you the few cents, it depends on how many views you get and how long people watch your videos. So sometimes when I'm watching somebody's video and I click on the skip ads, I feel bad. But if he has 100,000 subscribers, I don't. But small YouTubers, we depend on the watch hours. That's how you get the 4,000, right? And once you get, usually you're going to get the 1,000 subscribers first. And the watch hours, again, tell your friends and family, put the video on and forget it. Don't skip away from the ad. The longer they watch, the better it is, and the quicker you're going to reach your 4,000 watch hours. The only way you're going to make money on YouTube, what they call brand something. So based on your, I don't have any yet. I had a letter from this place saying, "Oh, we would love to work with you. We love your content," because my content, my audience are retiring women. I'm thinking maybe somebody would talk about logistics. People who move people from one place to another. Will be a company that's interested in my audience. It could be medical stuff, or it could be retirement stuff. What they would do, they would contact you and they say, "Would like to work with you." And then you kind of work out the detail. Do they want you to mention them in your videos? You've seen that. You've seen people say, "This video is sponsored by blah, blah, blah." Okay. And then you record it, you send it to them, and then you agree on how much money they're going to pay you. And a lot of them base their rate on that, what is it? RPM, revenue per mil, meaning revenue per every 1,000. And it's like 7 something. All right. And then you can make money like that. So if you have multiple brand deals, with different people, like an older woman I saw in Paris, somebody that makes comfortable shoes, or it could be bags. Some brands want to send you stuff, sample. Don't send me anything here because we don't really receive mail in Panama. So for me, whatever brand deal I would get, it would be, right? Some people do merchandise. They do T-shirts or mugs. And like I said before, I don't want any T-shirts. I don't want any mugs. So I'm not interested in merch, they call it. Some people do memberships. Memberships mean once you become a partner, that's another revenue stream for you. You could say, "Oh, we're open to membership." I could say, "Maggie, I'm open to membership." Now, with the YouTube thing, it might be something I consider if I were to do a different channel for the YouTube education, YouTube Academy, you could call it. But to say you have people who are paying you a few cents per month and you giving them extra content. I didn't want to do that for this single women retiring abroad. I feel like it's going to be more expectation, more people wanting more out of me. And I think as a retiree, I'm doing enough. I just don't want to work any harder. So I have not turned that on. I have not asked anybody to be a member. I don't have any membership thing. Another way people make a few dollars is like in these lives, people can do super chat. If somebody likes what you're saying, when you're watching Stephanie Perry or other, every so often you see $9.99 or $20, it's like, thank you. Now YouTube takes a cut out of that, but that's calculated in your monthly revenue. So every day you look inside your YouTube studio under analytics, you'll say what the amount of money for the month that you're accumulating based on what's happening, whether it's just ads or the brand deals wouldn't show there because it's between you and the brand, but super chats, revenue ads, and membership would all come into. And I think you make money too if somebody signs up for the YouTube ad-free thing that you can pay for so you don't see the ads, which YouTube wants you to watch the ads. Anyway, I don't understand that part. But anyway, I don't understand everything about YouTube and I don't pretend to. So this is all I have for you guys today. We talked about the question, posting videos consistently does not guarantee fast track monetization. Consistency, content, delivery, all of it, all of the above. Don't do one or two and ignore the rest. All of it. It's a package deal. Got it? I don't know how else to explain it to you. Thank you so much. Beyond hypnosis. Would silent videos count towards the watch hour movement? What are silent videos? You don't say anything, you're just showing like a vlog with no words? I don't know. That would be a question for a guru. I'm sorry. No, again, I don't know what the YouTube caption is. NT Vonnie. Oh, yeah. Oh, so you're just vlogging? Oh, I mean, I don't see why not because they're still watching, right? I don't see why not. But don't make the large portion of your video about, I mean, even if you're doing a video about bird watching, I mean, I can only tolerate so much little birdie sounds. I don't know. Maybe there is an audience for that, but I don't see why not. I just wouldn't have a large portion of my hours based on that particular type. Any other questions, ladies? Been an hour and a half. Like I said, I'm going to be doing the podcast. You can listen for that. It's going to be posted under my playlist on the page. And all the lives are going to be in the for seasoned creators only. And then that's another name I just came up out of the blue for seasoned creators only. So if I were to do a separate channel in the future, I would let you know. You guys don't ask too many questions. I was going to ask if you guys wanted to continue the Wednesday live without me having to do a presentation. It would just be ad lib, whatever question you have. But I don't think that's necessary because I've given you everything I have. And if you have a particular question, you can certainly send it to me. And like I said, there are certain things I don't know. But just go do it, Auntie. I know somebody said, oh, I'd love to do, but I'm not technical. Hopefully you have a Gmail email address. And if you do that, it's just simple. And again, don't look for perfection. Just get started. 6 months down the line, you're going to look back and say, oh my God, those videos were awful. But you may have 500 subscribers, right? So that means some people in this whole world related to you. And it will happen. There's a lot of people in this world. And you got people follow the crazies, so they'll follow you. You just have to be consistent and show up. Yep, I'm going to sign off. I'm so glad you tuned in today. And I thank you for watching. 77 followers, Auntie, that's good. But Auntie, just go put the thing that I told you today into practice. And like I said, sometimes you may have to shift, right? You may have started with one thing. In fact, the majority of the people that I see who are successful on YouTube said, oh, I started a channel three years ago. This is my third channel. And the third time they succeeded or they changed their focus. I started with Maggie Lazar and I moved to a nurse in the kitchen. Then I went through in-service retirement until I got to single women. So you see how I changed? So don't be afraid to shift sometimes, because if you have more clarity now, you may be able to change the direction of the channel, right? As long as you keep communicating with your viewers. And this woman had 22,000 subscribers in one channel. And she said she had to shut it down and start brand new. That's drastic, but once you get clarity, you may have to make some decisions. And that's going to spur your growth, because you may have started 10 years ago, but you're a different person now, and you may have different interests. But if you like it, like this woman said, she's into sewing and things like that. And she said she got monetized and she's happy, as long as it's something that feeds your soul, that you're happy doing. And it's not a job. It's not drudgery. You don't dread it. It needs to be fun. All right, you guys, you have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the week. Okay? All right, I'm gonna sign off. Bye bye. Go do it. Do it, do it, do it. And let me know about your progress. Bye.